Alright, this is problem 23 for test 3 review. Use a proportion to solve the problem. On this word problem, Joan can mow a 6-acre field in 5 hours. How long would it take her to mow a 2.4-acre field? So once again, when you're asked to set up a proportion, you need to look at rates. Are there rates in the problem? And right here is a rate. Joan can mow a 6-acre field in 5 hours. That's like saying you can drive the lawnmower 6 acres in 5 hours. So it's a rate, like a rate of speed. And this is the other piece of data that's given to us. There's a 2.4-acre field. So how long? And this is really saying how many hours. So the question that we're being asked is, how many hours does it take Joan to mow a 2.4-acre field? And we're going to set up a proportion to answer this question. We already know that in 5 hours she's able to mow 6.5 acres. So let's set that up, and you could say, or 6 acres. So 6 acres in the 5 hours. So she's going at this particular rate. If she this is her normal rate, and now she's going to mow 2.4 acres. We simply put that with the acres on top of the problem. And now that's over X hours. We just don't know how long it'll take her to do that extra amount of acreage, but we do know how long it takes her to do 6 acres, and that's 5 hours. So we just set up our proportion and then solve, once again with the cross multiplication. So then we're going to have our 5 hours, I can do it in color, times, I'm going to be bold and use an X, times the 2.4 acre, and that will be equal to 6 acres times X. We'll use a big capital. Now that's a little strange. Before I was using parentheses. So let's eliminate that multiplication sign. And this is why they do things like they use different ways of indicating multiplication by giving brackets. Okay. So when we have our problem set up this way, we can then divide to isolate our X, or to create a problem that's equal just to X. So we're going to divide on both sides of the equation by the 6 acres. So both sides of the equation by the 6 acres. And what that does for us is when you divide 6 acres by 6 acres, you get 1. So we can cross that out right there, and we'll have 1 times the X. And 1 times X is simply X. So now X equals 5 hours times 2.4 acres over 6 acres. So all we have to do is complete this math. 5 times 2.4, and you will be able to use a calculator on the test. So that's 12. So now we have 12 over the 6. By the way, since we wrote these acres will cancel out. Acre over acre is just equal to 1 acre, and that cancels itself. So 12 over 6, well, we know what that is. That's 2. My answer is 2 hours.